right, you guys, welcome back to another edition of Diggie A2 presents DBENTCO, The Journey. So one of the things that we are going to start off with the journey with DBENTCO is VGE, Vision Glory Entertainment, which is led by Frost and Zach Moad, two of the, what I would say, probably out of the six of them, one of the most unique sounding groups in the entertainment in DBENTCO. So I'm happy to have them on, and they are here today to tell you guys their story, their journey, some of their influences, all those great things. And I am glad to be your host this evening for you all to meet them and have you all hear their story and introduce them to the world. So I'm going to bring them in here. So gentlemen, good evening. How are you? And welcome to the Diggie A2 platform. What is going on, gentlemen? What's good with you?
Man, just blessed. How we doing today, man?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. Feeling blessed.
Sure.
You know, I'm drinking a cold one for you guys. You know what I mean?
Thank
so
you.
Over here chilling. You know what I'm saying? So glad to have you guys aboard and glad to have you all on here to tell the world your story. So let's start with that. Let's start from the beginning. Like, how did this all come about? How did VGE form? What's the story? And well, before we get to that, let's have you guys introduce yourselves. So Zach Frost, how about you go first, sir?
Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is VGE Frost, co-owner and vice president and artist at Vision Glory ENT. How you guys doing?
All right.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm Zach Moad. I am the owner of Vision Glory, artist, entrepreneur. Try to do anything I can do to survive.
I hear that, man.
You know? And
Zach Mo, you sound like the Swiss Army knife, man. Like you just do it all. You know what I mean?
trying to. Mm-hmm.
Well, nice to meet you guys, and let's go back to the beginning. How did all of this start? What's the story behind you guys getting together and actually want to do music? So how did all this start? What's the story?
Okay, so from the start, well, how me and Frosty met. I have a girlfriend who's the mother of one of my kids now. This is about 10 years ago. She introduced me to Frosty. He just, I made beats around this time. I was how old was he? About 16, this time?
Yeah, we were like 16, 17.
16, 17. So this is right before I actually started rapping and taking this serious. Made a beat for him. Do the D Rose. He had this. Dude, it blew up. Where'd that blow up? In Mexico or something? Like it blew up in a whole other country.
So
blew up.
Some kind of Mexican website, bro. It's got like 200,000 views on some like dark web. Wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I just ended up making the beat from scratch. Went to his. I think it was your mom's over. It was in Southern View. Stayed over there, and we ended up doing that. I think it was back to back, or I came back the next weekend.
We made 2 tracks. We made a track one day, and then we made a track like 2 weeks later. And I was just on some like messing around stuff.
Right.
We had got to know each other really well to where we were pretty much hanging out and like talking to each other every day. I found out he was doing music. I was like, he was at my house making a beat, and I was like, I'm gonna try something real quick. And I'm like writing stuff down. And I hopped up. He's like, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not terrible for like your first time doing something. I think it's got potential. And then it just literally zoomed on and like was an instant like connection from there. Like ever since then, we've basically been like brothers. So
yeah, for real. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So to go along with that, so when you guys first started making music, are there more members of the group that we do not see, or anyone else that is a part of your movement or your group that you formed since then?
Yeah, we got a few people now. We got KB9K. He was one of the first people that was other than me and Frosty. Then we have C-Clip from Jacksonville. And then we have a new guy we actually just put on a couple of days ago. And he goes by Free. His name's Colby. He's that dude can spit, man. Like I can't wait. It's gonna be dope. So he's gonna be something to look forward to here shortly too.
The J. Cole like mellow vibe, like J. Cole.
Dude, yeah, it's the part we're missing.
Sound, yeah, it's insane.
Yep, it's definitely the part we're missing.
So looking forward to pushing him.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, sounds good, man. So tell me a little bit about the present. What's the present like for you guys? What are some of the albums or EPs that you guys have dropped since then, and how? And on top of that, how has 2020 been treating you guys?
Well, the beginning of 2020 was awesome. Beginning of 2020, I came out with a mixtape, Trap Chemistry, about like February. Then we followed up May. And what time did COVID start? Like beginning of March or like?
Probably about March.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we had the beginning of 2020, we had shows lined up all the way until about May. We had about 3 of them in April. Everything got canceled. We ended up doing one. We had like how we're doing right now, I guess, a Zoom over the whatever performance. So that was cool.
Concert type thing. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think, was Nashville this year?
Nashville was in February. That was right before the start of COVID. We went to Nashville, Tennessee, and shot a music video, the Goosebumps music video that you can find right now on YouTube. We went to Nashville and shot that, and then like as soon as we got back, like 3 weeks later, everything just deteriorated into
literally quarantine. Couldn't leave the house really. When it first went down.
The plan was to do a show every month. Like that was our plan. Like we're gonna do a show every month, and literally we had them booked all the way up until like June, and then just all of it gone in a heartbeat.
Man,
literally.
So how about some of you guys' music? What are some of the albums, the EPs that you all have created? And tell us a little bit about your sound. My audience has not seen or heard you guys. So what does your sound feel like?
I'd say probably close to like I would say trap.
Yeah.
Is my best describe our music.
Trap with bars. We like to do a little pop too. I mean, we like to do everything. We got we're working on a heavy metal rap remix right now with 36 and Brimstone. That's gonna be dope. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be hot. We're just trying to do it all. What's the word? What's that word?
Multi-genre.
Multi-genre.
Yeah, it's like you do all the genres. Like I don't know. There's like a word for it, but yeah, trying to do it all.
Yeah, man, I think that's dope. And then tell us a little bit about High Definition 1 and 2. What does those sound like? Those are some of the I listened to High Definition 2. I didn't know there was a part 1, so I apologize. That's on me. I didn't know that. But I listened to High Definition 2. I was like, man, this is some dope stuff you guys got here. So tell everybody a little bit about your albums and what platforms are you guys on?
High Definition 1, we spent probably about 6 months on High Definition 1, wouldn't you say? A little over
about 6 months. 6 months. 17 tracks with that one.
17 tracks, and then followed it up right after in August with High Definition 2. Basically, like as soon as High Definition, we don't stop working. Like even if we only come up with a hook, something is accomplished in our life with music every day, whether it's just writing a hook or just like a few bars for a verse, or even coming up with like a title for a song or finding a beat. Like something is accomplished with music every day. And so right after High Definition 1, we pretty much just didn't take the foot off the pedal and just translated right into High Definition 2 easily, and did a lot more features on, because like High Definition 1, I think we had like 2 features, and then High Definition 2, we really tried to look at like the features and try to get a lot of more bigger names and stuff on like that. So
okay, good stuff. So talk to me about your relationship with DB Entertainment. What is that relationship like? How did that get started? And what are some of the future ventures you're looking to do with DBENTCO?
So the Forever New Fest was the first time we actually got to meet Dion. Like we had interactions with him beforehand, But that was like the first time we really got to meet him. That was the show he was talking about where Chevin was headlining and then 36 and Brimstone was the co-headliner. We were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to open that show. And that was, like I said, that was our first time really getting to meet Dion. And then right after that, like I think even like the day after that, we really started discussing like management and like seeing like, because at that point we were basically doing everything ourselves. So we were like, let's see what he can do to help us.
Okay. Same thing, Mode. Same question. What is that? Is that how the story goes, or you have a little bit?
Yeah, that's literally it. Yeah, that's literally it. That show we got to open up for Chevin Carlinville. Did I say that right, Carlinville? Because they said Carltonville.
You said it right. He didn't.
I had to say it right now. I had to question myself every time I say that city. Now it was so funny. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That's how we met, though. Next day we were talking.
Nice. And now my next question or next area that I want to talk about is influences. Who are some of your musical influences?
Go ahead, Zach.
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna have to say Logic for sure. Logic, Caskey. We'll go to. I like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, pretty much everybody in NWA. Eminem's a big one. Hobson, Tech Nine. MGK and Tecco, because I like to do fast stuff. So like I listen to a lot of them. So like when you hear me rap fast, that's where the inspiration on the fast comes from, is MGK and Tech mainly.
Okay.
And him.
So that's those are my biggest ones. I'll listen to them all the time. They're on my Spotify playlist. That's all I listen to. Oh, and Doobie. Can't forget Doobie. Shout out Doobie.
Nice. Zach Frost, same question. Who are some of your musical influences? Is some of the same as Mode, or anything different that he left off the list?
Some of the same as Mode. A big one for me was Juice. Juice WRLD was a big inspiration for me, and you'll hear that a lot in my new album that'll be out next spring around March time. You'll hear a lot of Juice WRLD influences from me on that. December 8th, 2019. Like I've told this to a lot of people. I am man enough to admit that like that day really got to me personally.
Yeah.
I went through a very hard time in my life, where like I was very depressed. Anxiety was running through, like a lot of stuff you'll hear about in the album. I won't get too much into detail, but Juice's music really helped me get through that. And then when he passed, that really like got to me and like stuck with me emotionally and stuff like that. So, and then other than that, just MGK, but like more of like, I am really into the transition he has made into like that pop punk music. Like, I don't know, just for somebody to be able to go from rap in the way he was, like that form of rap he did, all the way into pop punk was like a whole different person. So
yeah, he did that. He snapped.
He really did.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about like, here's my thing. A lot of people talk about like when that whole beef with him and Eminem went down, like a lot of people like always say that like Eminem won that battle, but when you look at it from like a music standpoint of view, MGK has never been more relevant than he is right now in life. So I feel like that actually pushed him into more of a superstardom. In my opinion, musically, he like, as far as a career, he was able to take that and elevate his career to levels that people probably never thought he would achieve.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, this may not be a topic for this episode, but I would agree. The way that he transitioned, the way that he, what I would call pivot. So sometimes he knew he had it in him and hit him, but he pivoted to something else. And I think, anytime that you have a battle with another MC, it's good for everybody. Right? It's always good. It's good for publicity. Whether you win or lose, you're in a battle with a major rapper. You get a lot of exposure, a lot of eyes on you. So it's a win-win. Whether you win or lose, it's always a win-win, I think, for hip hop. And it's a win for the culture as well, too. So that's all I got to say about that. But so let's get to one last question, and probably the most important question that I want to ask you, gentlemen, and that is the future. What are the short-term and long-term goals for VGE?
COVID permitting, lots more out of state shows, like bigger venues, just bigger opportunities. Like I said, COVID permitting, we want to get a bus or a shuttle and be able to go do these out of state shows. Hopefully participate in a tour with, because I know Dion's trying to plan a 20-city tour, COVID permitting. So I hopefully everything opens back up and we are able to participate in that and just put smiles on people's faces and be able to grow our fan base.
Okay.
Man. Yeah.
So what is it like? I guess that makes you come to another question real quick. What's it like, you guys? What's it like to be in front of fans and like that energy? Tell me a little bit, because I'm not an entertainer, so I don't know what that feels like. But what does that feel like to be in front of a crowd and feel the energy of the crowd and being able to perform? Like, what is that feeling like for you guys?
Hella goosebumps. I'll tell you this. The Manson show. Like I was like, what was that song? Problems. I was like, I put the mic out and everybody's like, help, please. I actually sang my lyrics back. I'm like, oh, hell no. I got my hair stood up. I'm like, what? Whole different vibe. It was just like, man, dude, that was it. I was like, right here. I was like, yeah, this is definitely what I want to do.
My favorite moment as far as like crowd reaction would definitely have to be, we were performing, I think it was New Year's Eve, and it was a lot of people's like, no, it was our Halloween show. We put together a Halloween show with a bunch of super talented artists, and it was actually like our first time performing, and we were headlining the show. We put the whole show together, and we got off the stage and were instantly surrounded by like a bunch of people. And I remember in particular this big, like swole, huge, like 6'8", like just swole, super big dude was like, why ain't nobody tell me y'all white boys was gonna go up there and go crazy like that? I was like, what? I was like, didn't nobody prepare me for that? And I thought that was super cool. So
that's an awesome story, man. So to wrap things up, I want to give you both an opportunity to give your shout outs and who do you want to see this episode when it airs. So Frost, I'll start with you. Who are some of your shout outs? Who do you want to give thanks to where you are right now in your career? And then the same question for Moad once we get done with that part. So who are you shouting out, Frost?
I want to give a big shout out. Moda probably had the same shout out, but I want to give a big old huge shout out to Quincy, our producer. Without him, man, this would be a whole different ball game without him. So big shout out to him. Shout out to the entire Vision Glory family. I also want to give a big shout out to my girlfriend. Basically just, man, I was in a time where like the person I was with did not support anything I was trying to do. And the fact that she just supports me and is able to let me have these opportunities not have these opportunities, but allow me to face these opportunities head on and really go out and accomplish my dreams and chase my dreams also. So.
No doubt. Moad, same thing. Who do you shouting out and who else do you want to see this episode when it airs?
For sure. Like Frosty said, Quincy, he's one of the biggest people. Without Quincy, this would not be happening. Big shout out to Dion for sure. If it wasn't for Dion, we would not be meeting you. So that's pretty cool. It's a blessing. The Vision Glory family for sure. Everybody's working hard. Shout out to all the videographers that's really about to be putting the work here real soon because they got like 10 videos they got to shoot. So shout out to them. Man, shout out to you. Doing your thing, man. I'm happy to see that you're grinding, doing what you're doing with the podcast, man. That's pretty cool. So that really is.
No doubt, man. And I think you both spending time on a Saturday evening hanging out with me and telling the world your story. And so I'm appreciative of you guys to have met you in this kind of format and, get the real, sometimes we'll meet artists that, do their music, but now we get to know the real Zach Moad, the real Zach Frost, and get to know you guys on a different level. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your time. And you guys, that is all that we have for this week. So you guys tune in next week as Diggie 2 presents DBENTCO, The Journey, as it continues, and hop along. And we're going to have some more artists that we're going to feature for the next couple of weeks. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to VGE. Shout out to hip hop. All right. 100. We'll see you guys soon.